Hi, this is Divine. Thank you for tuning in again. I wanted to talk about going back to my series of videos. If you're in situation that is not where you want to be in life, whether you're being stalked, being game stalked, have health issues, that cancer, whatever whenever you're dealing with in life, um, have a honest overview of your current situation is important. Again, denial doesn't serve you any good. Fake positivity doesn't make the problem go away. If you got stuck in a bad situation, you have to first internalize how did you get there? Sometimes that helps. Once you know got you there, you know how to get yourself out of there. At least you know what not to do. So from that perspective, I wouldn't recommend you sob over it for too long, but it is important to take the time to go through the process of analyzing how did I get here? And once you have that, don't sit on it, reliving the past. It's not the point of the exercise. The point of the exercise is to find answers and solutions. So if you're emotionally not very stable, it's important that you use your mind to keep yourself focused on the subject matter, which is analyzing how you got to where you are without emotionally getting yourself attached to the series of events so you don't relive it again emotionally. Your emotional body attracts things faster. So if you are reliving things emotionally for too long, you want to have more of it. Your emotions play a very important role in the process of creation. While they say the mind is your greatest tool, it's because your mind can trigger your emotions. At the end of the day, the heart space is your magnetism, which is where you feel your emotions, where your heart space is. So while the mind is very important, there is the reason for it is because of your heart. So it's a connection between the mind, the heart, the gut, etc. So if you are in a situation where it's not the best situation for you, or even undesirable, you have to, from an analytical perspective, not emotional, try to analyze how did I get myself here? And analyze how you can get yourself out of there. So, for example, when I was in a really terrible situation where I was in between being game stalked, being targeted, all things, terrible things were happening to the point where I almost died in like giving birth and car accidents and whatnot. So many things were happening. Um, I did everything I could to remove myself out of the equation to make sure I was not the problem. Once I figured that out, I realized they were the problem. If they're the problem, I can just physically leave the location. That worked out for me, thankfully. Now, it solved the entire problem. Like, literally all of it was a location problem. Um, so you want to identify what is your problem, how you got there, and how you can get out of there. A lot of times it takes your the way you view things, the way you react to things. Remember, emotions are very strong. They can make everything come faster or slower or messier. A lot of people like to avoid feeling the emotions, and I think that's a huge mistake. We commit it with mind and emotions, and a lot of times in these books, in these self-help books and apps and programs, they talk about the mind, but they don't talk about your emotional body. In your emotional body, you have the power of acceleration, while the mind has the power of focus. So you can have a focused acceleration, basically. If you can focus your mind and focus your emotion in alignment with each other. That's how I put it. Um, so learning to feel emotions without taking radical actions is very important. You can feel sad as long as you don't hurt yourself and others. You can feel anger and angry, and as long as you don't hurt yourself and others. As a matter of fact, those two, what people call negative emotions, can actually be used as fuel to better yourself. Anger is a good fuel for physical activity, getting things done, moving it out of your body physically. Sadness, on the other hand, is more of an energy drainer. So if you're feeling sad, a good thing is to just go and lay outside somewhere and just burn watch. And that will get it out of your body. And nature will bring you that energy draining feeling. And you do it without taking actions. The point is to feel, but not do anything about it, because feeling it is teaching your body that it's normal to feel, one, which because it is, and two, in an internal process, you want to ask your body, in your feelings, what is the lesson here? So sometimes you have to relive an event emotionally several times until you can make yourself ask, what is the lesson here? And sometimes you have to do little by little. If it's like loss, death, and the pain is excruciating, you may do it little by little. You say something, I'm gonna feel it for this amount of time, and you put a timer. Then you let yourself feel it. And then once the time is off, you try to refocus your mind on something different so you don't think about it. And that's how you use your mind, your emotions, your body, your systems to tune yourself into higher frequency, which can result in the physical and the matter will give you a better life. Um, So it's important that we take into account everything that we are. And emotions are part of who we are. And pretending emotions don't exist, or it's called numbing yourself out. Numbing yourself out is not healthy. Just like being in denial and lying to yourself is not healthy. But you must embody everything that you are and learn how to use it in a positive manner. Nothing positive. create processes and ways that you put into use because we have emotions for a reason. You just have to find out how to use those reasons to better your life. Um, which is in a way a process of finding out who you are, know thyself, right? To the most extent. And then from there, those are your bodies, your emotional bodies, your physical body, your mental body. And then there is your spirit, which, as you move to the physical, the emotional, the mental, you're going to spirit will kindle in little by little, or one body at a time, or you can do it all at once. So it's up to you based on you, what you're capable of getting away, how much pain is in your life, how much healing do you have to do? Um, so when I say you're your best guide, you are because only you know what skeletons you have in your closet that needs healing, that needs processing, and where you are in life. Are you still needing that bodily work, or do you need more of the emotional work, or do you need a little bit of all of it? You're your best guide. And for you to be your best guide, you do need awareness. And I go back to never lie to yourself. Never put yourself in a situation of denial because then you have no awareness. And awareness is mandatory and detrimental for your progress. And so the emotional part is very important because many people want acceleration in their life. They are in a bad place. They need to get out of there fast as possible. So having that emotional intelligence can help you accelerate the process. And remember your beliefs. You have to believe in yourself. Believe in you deserving that you belong somewhere better. That you are a better human being, perhaps that you've been before. And you can always do better. You can always improve. And because of that, that means our lives can always improve as well. And so, again, you wouldn't be here if you didn't have a gift to give to the world. We all do. And part of this process of uncovering your mind, body, soul, it's about uncovering the gift, which comes with who we truly are, our essence. And maybe buried down in many societal brainwashes that you have to remove from yourself and clean yourself. And so you can shine through. That's another way of putting it. But at the end of the day, if you are in a place where you don't want to be, it's up to you to find and create a way out. So I just wanted to put that out there. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a better time, and I'm hoping these videos are helping you in some way, shape, or form. And always remember to encompass and embody everything that you are. But when you put into not only reality, but like words of who you are, it you're running yourself. Um, the ability to uncover your gifts and to clear your connection to God, to the unknown, to the universe, whatever you want to call it. So it's important to always try to be in truth, especially within yourself. So it's a good exercise if you have a lot of bottled up emotions to take some time where you know you're going to be alone and you're not going to take any actions to respond to them, to just feel them and ask, what is the reason for this? Usually you just need healing, and sometimes it requires reliving painful moments, but from a different lens. And it's the healing process. So you can go back to the memory again without carrying on that thing when you relive it again, because that means you healed it. Or going back to a loved one who passed away without feeling the pain of them passing or them not being here. You know, and remembering to take care of yourself and taking care of yourself. Usually, well, all the things I speak about mind, body, soul, spirit, emotions, being truthful to yourself, having awareness, etc. Um, so this is a short video. I just wanted to follow on my series of videos. And I do have my Venmo Cash App if you want to contribute to or donate or help my work. At Divine 123 Venmo Cash App. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please do your YouTube thing, like, subscribe. This is a new channel. Thank you so much for stopping by.